Hey everybody, I am trying to talk to you today about adults caring for adults. And I know that this board is not in the right way where you can see it, but I can read it, so that's important for me today. But I wanted to go over some things. We've been talking a lot about being an adult, caring for another adult, whether it's your adult child, your adult parent, whatever that situation may be. And today I wanted to kind of bring everything back together. You know, we've talked about my personal experiences. We've talked about the myths of caring for another person. Hold one second. I need to make sure that I set this timer right because I don't want to go over today. But we've been talking quite a bit. And if you haven't seen some of the previous videos, please follow us on Facebook, and you can go ahead and look at those, and soon I'll also have them uploaded to YouTube. But I wanted to go over the art of war for spiritual battle, right? Because to me, guys, it is a battle going on in your mind when you're caring for another adult. It's all these words that are being played, all these thoughts that come into your mind about this new role in your life, something that you didn't expect to happen. And if you can win the battle that's going on in your mind, then I think you'll be in a much better place, right? So I've talked about that a little bit, about this battle that seems to play out in our minds. So I kind of divided this up into two little areas. One is caring for adult children, because I know that there's a lot of you like myself that has a child who has a disability of some form or fashion, whether it's a physical disability, whether it's a mental disability. We have kids with autism, right? And you know when that diagnosis is given to you that you are going to have to care for that child for the rest of their life into adulthood. And so that presents some different challenges compared to being an adult caring for an adult parent. When you are caring for an adult parent, there's a whole bunch of different thoughts that go on in your mind. And we're going to go over some of those things today. So we're talking about two different groups. And guys, there might be a combination, because I do know that some of you are actually caring for an adult child, and some of you are caring for an adult parent. And that's a big struggle, right? So I kind of broke these up into two different types of ways to cope with this new role in your life. And so I have coping skills on here, right? So the first one is broken up into mindset. And I have five different mindset strategies that I want to go over with you. So the first one is that I want you to remember, guys, that you are an adult. You are an adult. Sometimes what happens is that we get confused about exactly who we are. You are an adult in every single thing that you're doing, which means that you have to have the mindset that this is who you are. This is the blessings that you've received, that you have a full life as an adult. Yeah. You have a full life as an adult, okay? So I think sometimes we forget that we are adults with a lot of experiences, and that you have overcome a lot of challenges in your life, right? And so as that adult who has faced a lot of obstacles and overcome, you can overcome this one too, okay? So that's the first mindset. The second one is that your child is an adult. If you're caring for your adult child, they are an adult, guys. I know you might have to bathe them every night. I know that. I know you might have to help feed them. I know that you might have to do all kinds of things for them. You might have an adult child who's in a wheelchair, who can't control their bodily functions. But somewhere in that adult child's mind, they are an adult. And even though you have to help take care of their physical disabilities and even sometimes their mental disabilities. They want to be an adult and they want you to see them as an adult. That might mean that they can only make decisions in this area of their life. Let them do it. It might mean that they can only decide what type of food they want to eat or what meals they want to have. Give them some choices. Yes, I know. My daughter, she does not always pick the right food to eat. And she struggles with diabetes. And so we get into a little bit of battles sometimes because I want her to live. I don't want her to have a blood sugar reading into the 300s, right? So I can't give her those choices in her meals, but I give her choices in other things, right? And so you have to do that, and you can't get into battles with them over that particular category. So for example, for my daughter, whatever she wants to wear, that's fine. She knows if we're going on a good outing, if we're going to a family gathering, if we're going to church, she knows that there's certain things that she can and can't wear. Within those limits, let her have her feel, right? And it's cool because I give her that freedom. Now she comes to me and she says, hey, which one do you think I should wear? You think I should wear this or you think I should wear that? Well, I kind of picked this for the weekend. And she'll say, I know how you are, Mommy. I know how you are because I like to look nice. And she does too. So, but she has that freedom, right? So when you have that adult child, pick an area where they can really be an adult because guys, they need that. You need that. You don't need to control every single aspect of their life, okay? So, number 3, you are not a child. When you are having to take care of your parent, guys, you regress. You regress. And you start thinking like, this is mama, and what mama says goes, and I gotta earn mama's love, and I gotta earn mama's respect. And I understand that you want respect from your parent, and you want to give them respect. But you are an adult, and I don't want you to go back and play those old tapes again. What I see happening a lot is that when you're an adult taking care of your adult parent, old tapes tend to come into your mind. And you start thinking, well, mama never liked me anyway. Well, mama always loved Johnny more than she loved me. Well, why isn't Johnny here taking care of mama anyway? Why am I having to do this? And guys, before you know it, you are angry, you're resentful, and you're frustrated that you are feeling unloved and having to do all these things. And it's worse when you're taking care of a parent who has dementia or Alzheimer's and they forget sometimes, a lot of times. And they start talking about things from the past, don't they? And they're reliving that. And they're making you relive some of that. And some of that stuff was good for them and not good for you. But you are not a child. You are an adult taking care of your adult parent. So I want you to remember that first and foremost, because then you got to have a lot of compassion, a ton of compassion. And you have to have a forgiving spirit, because your parents are suffering through this time and they don't even remember some of the things that happened in the past. They don't even remember some of the things that they did that might have been hurtful towards you. But we have to have a forgiving spirit because we need to be there for them. We need to love them during this time. And guys, when you were a child, when you were a teenager, you did some things to your parents too. And maybe you're happy that they don't remember all of that, right? So that's mindset number 3. Number 4, you are special. What do I mean by that? You have been chosen. That's my word. You have been chosen to do this. You have been chosen way before you ever knew this was going to happen. You were chosen. When God placed your baby in your womb and the baby came out with disabilities, you were chosen because God knew that you had the strength to get through this. He knew that he was going to be there for you. He was trusting you. When you're an adult taking care of your parent, you were chosen from the time you were placed in your mother's womb for that role, for that purpose. When we are adults caring for other adults, we have to understand that we have a purpose in our life, that we actually are on this mission to care for and love and provide for someone else. And so I don't want you to see it as a challenge. I want you to accept it as a gift of love, right? Love that came from God, that came from your higher power. And number 5, you are not alone. Oh, wow. That is a huge mindset shift because many of you think that you're going through this battle by yourself. You think that there's no one else who understands it, no one else who can help you. You tend to think that this is something every morning that you got to wake up and face by yourself. And I know there are many of you that cry when you go to sleep at night and you cry when you wake up in the morning. I know that there are those of you who are crying in the middle of the night because mama woke up 5 times saying she had to go to the bathroom and you had to take her every single time to the bathroom. And you now got to get up and go to work in the morning, right? So I understand that it's sleepless nights and that you think you are by yourself in this battle, but you are not. That is an attack. Do you hear me? It is an attack on your mind when you start to think that you are alone. That's what the attack is about. They don't want you to think, and I say they, I know who I'm talking about. They don't want you to think that you are chosen. They don't want you to think that you are blessed. They don't want you to think that you have help. But you do have help. Okay? We're going to come back to that. All right. So now we have action steps. There are 5 action steps that I want you guys to remember to take. All right? To help you cope with this. So we have the mindset and we have action steps. Because it does no good for you to understand your mindset and to change your mindset. You have to have action steps to go with it so that you can cope with it. So number 1 is, I want you to get exercise. You're saying, why, Terry? Why do I have to get exercise? What does that have to do with coping with taking care of my mom? I'm glad you asked. Let's give a little example. Let's say that your mom is confined to a wheelchair. Your dad is confined to a wheelchair. And you guys are just in the house. You're in the house a lot. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day today. It's a little chilly outside, but the sun is shining. It's gorgeous, right? Get outside. Don't stay locked up between the walls. Okay? Get some fresh air. Take daddy, put him in that wheelchair. Take all the supplies you need. Get a backpack. Have your water bottles. And I don't care if you just walk around the block. I don't care if you walk for a mile. You are pushing dad in that wheelchair. And guess what? You don't have to say anything. You don't have to talk. It's more like a walking meditation. Okay? And guess what? Your child, your parents, that adult, they're going to love it just as much as you do. Get out. Get moving. Okay? So, I also have get out. But I mean something different. I mean socialize. Socialize. Do things. When you're walking, you're pushing your dad in the wheelchair, go to the park. There might be someone there going through the same thing that you're going through. Maybe going through something completely different. You guys can sit on the bench and just connect with one another. Get out. Go and do things. Go out to eat. Okay? Don't just stay home. Go to the mall and just walk around. Go do anything. Go do something. Go to community events. Here in the Houston area, we have a lot of community centers. And they have functions almost every day. The YMCA has functions. The library has functions. Get out. Don't stay locked up inside. Okay? Number 3, get fun. Yes, I want you to have fun. I want you to do fun things, okay? I don't know what you consider to be fun. I like to be with my family. I like to be with my friends. We play cards. We play dominoes. We play board games. We're a game family. So I love to do that. When I'm hanging out with my friends, we're just talking and laughing and, sharing our day. So get out. Yes, it might mean you have to bring your adult child. It might mean that you have to bring your adult parent. That's okay. If your friends and family love you, they understand, right? And yes, you might have some disruptions during the course of your time out, but that's okay. At least you're out. And we're going to come back to that as well. All right. I want you to get happy. I don't know what brings you happiness. I don't know if it's reading your books. Oh, okay, good. All right. I'm doing good. I don't know if it's reading books. I don't know if it's reading your Bible or reading your spiritual guides. I don't know what it might be. It might be going to the gym. It might be, I don't know. Whatever it is for you to be happy. For me, I just love being outside. That brings me total happiness. It brings me happiness to wake up in the morning and see the sun shining through my windows. That's the greatest joy I have every single day. So whatever it is that brings you happiness, do that. Okay? And notice I did not say drinking wine. Yeah, that might help you to mellow out a little bit, right? But do something that's going to bring you some happiness. Watching funny movies, right? You and Dad sitting there watching comedy or watching old Western movies, right? Because that might be his thing, and you find it joyful to see him happy, and it makes you happy. So do some things like that, okay? And then the last one, guys, is I want you to get help. And this goes back to some other things that I've already mentioned today. It goes back to thinking that you are alone. You are not alone. I want you guys to get help. I don't care what kind of help it may be. It may be that you're the adult child taking care of Dad right now, but you need your siblings to help. You need your siblings to come and take Dad, and they alternate weekends, right? So that you have the weekends to yourself. It might mean getting a CNA, a home health provider, to come into your home and help take care of your mom or your dad. It might mean them living in their own house, because they can still do that with assistance. It might even mean 24-hour around the clock assistance, and you go and check on mom 3 times a week because you have to work and you have to take care of your kids. Whatever that help may be, it might be joining a support group. Guys, it might mean that you need us, an objective friend here at Gateway to Counseling, so that you can just purge all those feelings. Maybe you have regressed and you're having all these thoughts about when you were a child and feeling that you need to prove yourself again to Daddy, right? We are here for you. We're here to let you unload all of that that's going on in your mind, because we don't want it to stay inside, because then it will make you angry and resentful. I don't care what kind of help you get. All I want you to know is I want you to get help, okay? So we have been doing a lot on adults caring for adults. I hope that this is helping you. I hope that you will develop a stronger faith in what you're doing, that you will develop a stronger purpose in knowing that you were chosen to do this, okay? If you need anything, guys, please let us know. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Facebook, share us with your friends, and let us know if you need anything else, okay? Please, please, first thing, number one thing I want you to do is get help from someone, anyone, an organization. It doesn't matter. Get help. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.